and he's just landed a starring role in the new film Slamdance. Here he is in action.
The fish. Oh, come on. Oh, all right. All right, bloke goes into an army surplus store. He says, "Excuse me, have you got any camouflage trousers?" The bloke says, "Yeah." "But we can't find them." "What?" He says, "Yeah, but we can't find them." The body. All right, Sherlock, you tell one. The body. The body? Yeah. Yeah, the body. Well, what's that then? Some kind of minimalist joke then, or what?
Gosh, what a different way to see you. That's quite an interesting sort of Cockney white boy by the look of it.
Yeah, I based that. I thought I was based that on a sixth member of Spandau Ballet. Kind of thing.
Really?
And I think it worked.
How did you even start getting into acting? I mean, we all knew you doing those hits that I was talking about, and then you sort of disappeared away from us for a bit, and there were lots of rumours that you'd gone to Hollywood, and we didn't see anything for a bit.
Yeah, well, I think the last time I was on this show was with Entertaining Mr. Sloan, which was really going in the deep end and doing a 3-month season at that. And I just enjoyed doing it so much that I thought, this is something I've got to pay some attention to. And I think with a lot of rock actors, they dabble because you're constantly committed to touring and doing albums. And there comes a point where you have to say, OK, I'm going to pay dues. And I went to Hollywood and I rented a very tiny apartment and I just started reading because I didn't want to go into the readings as Adamant singer. I wanted to go in as, you know, an actor, which is very difficult.
So it wasn't a question of being offered Adamant, the singer that we all know, being offered a film vehicle?
Yeah, well, most singers, I'd been offered scripts before that, but they were primarily things like, well, it's a great acting role, Adam, but it doesn't involve much, but you do a number in the middle. Yeah. And I didn't want to do that, because it's not acting. And the scripts are so inaccurate about the music business, it's far more bizarre in real life. And I didn't really want to do it. And the other thing is, you write the soundtrack and then you get the part, but I thought if you're going to act, you might as well play people that aren't. Well, I don't think the people I've played could be described as Prince Charming. I've done 5 feature films in the last year, and they've been disgusting.
5 in a year?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done...
very hard work.
This is the first of the 5, and they've taken me... You know, I'm very surprised by the people I've been working with. And Tom Hulce was... That was a wonderful cast in Slamdance, Tom Hulce and Harry Dean Stanton. But then, next call, I did a picture with Bruce Dern in Arizona called World Gone Wild, then one with Brad Davis.
Good Lord.
And I've just finished one with Karen Black called Trust Me. So it's been, you never know what's going to happen. But,
lucky man.
You know, sometimes weaning myself back, you know, sitting there reading the script, thinking, oh, it'd be really good to be on TV singing tonight.
Yes, I can imagine you don't want to give either up. That's the trouble.
No, I'm greedy. I want to do both, but I think you can if you concentrate.
If you work extremely hard. Look, take a rest then for a minute.
I'll drink some orange juice.
Drink some orange. Well, you can if you really want to. And meanwhile, we've got plenty more time to talk in the rest of the programme. Adam, for the moment, thank you. We'll take a short break.
Hello again. Today's Pop Shot is by our guest, Adamant. It's called...
Stand and Deliver.
And it's one of our favourite records from the early 80s. Adam will have a new album out very soon in the spring, but until then, this one is for you. Happy birthday to you today, if it's your birthday.
Stand and Deliver!
Well, a bit of...
I don't know what to say. Do I put Vaseline on my teeth?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No, but I will.
Yes, no.
If you'll have coffee with me, I'll put it all over my body. I don't
Sit
know.
tight and enjoy yourself. We don't want to know what you get up to.
Yeah. No. We've got at least another half hour of this. So for the moment, let's get over to Trish for the weather forecast. Then Adam
Yes,
Ant.
good morning and good morning, yes.
Good.
Yeah.
This morning, haven't we? Adam Ant is with us, and Ulla Wegerstoffer.
Wegerstoffer.
Well said, Richard.
From
well said.
Austria,
Yep.
who was last night crowned Miss World. You two have just met in the studio.
Where are we going to go for the evening? That's what I wonder. You know, where they're going to send us? China or somewhere?
No, the sort of
weekend.
Docklands, I think, something like that. Romantic day.
You're going to Preston for the weekend.
Yes, it is a bit like that.
Enjoy yourself.
Do you ever get a chance to watch British telly, or now are you a total Americanophile?
I love television. I watch anything.
Really?
I love commercials. I watch The Dot at the end of the evening. Anything. I love it.
Blind Date is a programme that was inherited from the States, and there are
Oh,
some
yeah.
appalling programmes in the States as well. I mean, far worse than dating people just by television, aren't there?
Yeah, they're my favourite because in America they tend to... I think they spice them up, but they get people that really don't like one another, so they go out on a date and, you know, they got boxing gloves on when they come back the following week, you know, and they're really wicked to one another. They really have a go. Or they get a husband and wife couple in, and they say, oh, you're really in love, and the couple go, and they're really in love, you know, we love one another. They've been married 2 days,
Yeah.
and they say, OK, we're going to ask you a few questions about your loved one. What kind of toothpaste does he like, or what kind of underwear does he wear? And he says all the wrong things. So she thinks he's going out with someone else, so they end up, like, divorcing at the end of the show. I think they pay for the divorce, though, so...
Well, that's
all right.
nice of them.
That's
yeah.
where I discovered that line about Vaseline on the teeth, by the way. It was on the American version of Play Your Cards Right, I remember now.
Oh.
Because every now and again they pop in...
Vaseline?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got this thing
Yeah.
about Vaseline on the teeth.
Yeah. That's right. Put
You've
it on
got
your
glittery
teeth.
teeth without it. Talking of Los Angeles, I mean, do you like Los Angeles? Because you do hear awful stories about it. You know, being
I
violent.
don't know, wherever you go, you know, it's just as long as you retain where you're from. You know, I go where the work is. You've got to go where the work is. Got to be a bit of a nomad, really. But I think of England when I'm, you know, when I...
Good lad.
You sit in a room and people are talking a lot and giving you all that, and I think, well, you know, I know where I was brought up.
Yeah, you were brought
So-
up in the London area, weren't you?
I was brought up round here, and I used to watch Jimmy Greaves all the time, my hero.
Yeah.
Wonderful, brilliant, marvellous footballer that ever
sir.
lived. And
Very nice.
it's just great. I mean, to think of that just keeps you instead.
Yeah.
And in a way, they like English people to stay English. The reason why Michael Caine's so successful in America is because he's still Michael Caine, and he's never changed, or Bob Hoskin. So there is a temptation to go over there and be American.
Yeah, it's interesting that the part that we saw you playing, we played a clip from the latest film, Slamdance, a bit earlier. The part you were playing was a Cockney, so you've retained that Englishness about yourself.
Yeah, the hardest thing for me with accents is, because I had to do an American accent. I did some work for Steven Spielberg at doing Amazing Stories, and I had to play an American. And the only accent I knew was a cross between, you know, Beverly Hillbillies, Jed Clampett, and Blanche Dubois. So it was, oh yeah, well, I know what you mean, and it was all wrong. But English is, when they say play, I had to play an art dealer, and I had to talk like that, you know, it was all marvellous. And that was harder than doing the American accent, really.
If you're going to be
So-
a major Hollywood star, though, Adam, can you continue to be called Adam Ant?
Yeah, well, apparently a director vowed one day that he would never have somebody called Adam Ant in his film. And I just worked for him about 6 weeks ago, so it's kind of good. I think I was brought up with that generation of singers like Marty Wilde, Tommy Steele, you know, Billy Fury, Adam Faith. And so I thought, well, when you're in that, you are doing something completely different. And I thought, well, if you can start with your name and Adam and the Ants sounded better than Stuart and the
What's
Ants.
your real name?
My real name's Stuart Leslie Goddard. That's my real name. And I only really hear it if my mum calls it me, you know, or people that...
Does she still
knew
call you
before.
Stuart?
She calls me a lot of things if I don't behave.
It sounds a smashing name for Hollywood, though. That,
Stuart
doesn't it?
Leslie Goddard.
Stuart Leslie Goddard.
Frightfully, isn't
Maybe
it?
maybe they'd like it. I don't really know, but it does help in... It's an endless source of amusement on airlines. Paging Mr. Ant. You know. It's always fun.
Well, Stuart Leslie Goddard, we must leave it there for a moment.
Yeah.
Thank
we're going
you.
to take a break, and we'll be back with you in a couple of moments. Don't go too far.
Programme next week.
Good
do we
morning.
or do we not believe him? Well, that's up to
come
Jimmy
from-
Greaves to say.
Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, Miss Well. Congratulations. She was my choice right from the beginning.
Oh, yeah,
Adam,
yeah,
good to
yeah.
see you. Monday, but Jimmy.